Hey there bookworms and cinephiles, welcome to my channel. My name is Ro and here is a place where you'll find all things literary and cinematic. I hope you enjoy your stay here. If this is your first time on this cozy corner of the internet, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video and ring the notification bell so you never miss a thing. I'm going to go straight into it. So today we're going to talk about every book that I read in December 2023. I know this video is late, but I did tell you guys in the last wrap-up video that I probably wouldn't have time to film anything in the month of December, so you're getting another wrap-up. And I hope that's okay. I actually did really well in December. I read a lot of books. My average rating this month was 4.03 stars, which is amazing. I've actually had a pretty decent year, but we're gonna do that in the year wrap up when I talk about my favorite books of the year. I'm gonna speak about the lowest rated book to the highest rated book. This is just how I like to do it. I'm not gonna break it down by genre. I like to do it by star rating, so we're gonna do that. And before I do that, I wanna talk about the DNFs that I had this month. So I had 2 DNFs this month and I'll talk about those first. The first one is Honeymoon Crashes by Christina Lauren. This one is a novella and it follows the first book, which is The Unhoneymooners. So this one is a completely new story, so you don't need to read The Unhoneymooners to read this one. I loved The Unhoneymooners. I gave it 5 stars. So the fact that I didn't finish this one goes to show that I just didn't like it. Unfortunately, the first book follows Olive and Ethan, and this book follows her sister, Amy, who in the first book got married and then got food poisoning. She couldn't go on her honeymoon, so instead Olive and Ethan went on the honeymoon for them because they didn't want to waste the money. And Olive and Ethan, like maid of honor and best man, didn't get along very well. They kind of had a miscommunication going on. It's one of those hate to love kind of things. And so this book follows Amy, now divorced from her partner from the first book. So in this one, she is helping organize Liv's wedding. She's the maid of honor and there's another best man and they don't really get along. Kind of the same story, to be honest. But I just didn't love the characters as much in this one. There was no like build up, and I guess because it is a novella and it's slow, it just didn't do it for me. I didn't like it that much. So it was a DNF. I think I made it through like 40%. So I still counted it as a book that I read, but maybe it was 50. I don't know. I did not like it. And I did not want to keep reading about bedroom scenes that weren't really serving any purpose of the story. It felt like it was more lust than love. Not my type of book, to be honest. The other DNF that I have is Emma by Jane Austen. I really tried this book. I really tried to read this book. I was pretty much a lot through the book, so I still counted it as being read. Again, it was just not for me. It was very slow. I felt kind of bored throughout it and I just wanted it to finish, and then I realized I was spending way too many days reading it where I could be reading something that I would enjoy more. I ended up watching the movie with Anya Taylor-Joy and I loved the movie. So I guess it's just one of those things where the book was just very slow for me and I just wasn't having a good time. But I have heard that this is the probably least favorite of Jane Austen's books and that I should give Pride and Prejudice and Persuasion a go. I have them in this bookshelf here, so I will definitely go into those. If you don't know the story of Emma, it is basically the movie Clueless. Emma, the protagonist in the book, is a matchmaker. She likes matchmaking her friends with guys, except she doesn't care really about who she ends up with. She kind of is happy being on her own. So she meets this girl called Harriet and she tries to matchmake. And then there's this guy, Mr. Knightley, who she doesn't really get along with that well. And it isn't until Harriet starts to have feelings for Mr. Knightley that Emma starts to realize how she truly feels about him. Like I said, it's Clueless. So just skip the book unless you're interested, but I would skip the book and watch the movie, or you can just watch Clueless. My only 3-star is Cross the Line by James Patterson. This is an Alex Cross novel. I have read all the other ones before this. I think this is book 24 and I don't want to give anything away, but basically Alex Cross is a detective / psychologist. I actually really enjoy a lot of the earlier Alex Cross novels. This one was okay. It's not one of my favorites and I'm still going to finish the series, but James Patterson keeps taking out new Alex Cross novels every year. So there's a lot that I need to catch up on. I love the movie Kiss the Girls so much. It's one of my favorites, the one with Morgan Freeman. That is an Alex Cross adaptation. I really like that one. I lie, there is another 3-star book, and that is Stuff of Nightmares Sleigh Ride by R.L. Stine. It is a graphic novel, and it is about Santa and he's evil, and that's basically it. It's very short, so I'm not going to give you anything really plot-wise. It was good, but it wasn't great. But if you're looking for like a dark horror novel during Christmas, I think it was good enough and it passed the time. So next I have Christmas After All by C.C. Louise. This one was really cute. It was about a girl and a guy who didn't really get along in high school. He was kind of nerdy and she was popular, and he wrote a song about her because he was in love with her, and she kind of humiliated him in front of everyone. Now that they're adults, he's this famous musician, and she goes back home to her hometown. His posters are everywhere and everything, and then he ends up going home as well, and they bump into each other. I'm not going to give you too much, but it was actually really cute. I really enjoyed this. Next I have Holiday Romance by Catherine Walsh. This story is about Molly and Andrew. They're both going home to Ireland for Christmas, and their flight gets delayed because of a storm and snow. For 10 years, every year before Christmas, they both sit on the plane together on their way home to spend time with their family. But she knows that he cares so much about spending time with his family, so she vows to get him home for the Christmas period, and it's just so cute, and I really enjoyed this one. I understand why people like this one. Definitely had a lot of Christmassy feelings. So the one I spoke about before with the musician, that didn't really have a lot of Christmas going on, but it is set in Christmas time, and the cover has a Christmas tree, so you would think, but it doesn't really have Christmas vibes. Next, I have Dear Santa by Debbie Macomber. I think that's how you say her name. I actually really loved this. This was my first Debbie Macomber book, and it felt like a Hallmark movie in book form. It was so Christmassy, it was so warm, it was so cute. I actually really enjoyed this so much that I ended up like downloading a bunch of her audiobooks because I want to read more. This is about a girl called Lindy who goes home for the holidays. She finds a big box of letters that she used to write to Santa every year, and she decides to write a new one to kind of bring back that magic. Little does she know that it's going to get answered. It's just so cute. I love this. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Naughty or Nice with Hilary Burton, the movie, but it's obviously not the same storyline, but it just gave me that same feeling. In this one, she reconnects with someone she used to go to school with when she was younger, and it's just so cute and it's so good. If you're looking for a really good, cute rom-com, I really think that you should give this one a go because I had so much fun with it. Next is The 12 Dates of Christmas by Jenny Bayliss. This one and the last one I spoke about are kind of on par. I really enjoyed this one too. I also gave this one 4 stars. This one is a story about this girl who, I think through her work, I wasn't paying too much attention at the beginning, but then it really hooked me. I think through her work, she is told to go on like 12 dates. It really reminded me of What's Your Number, starring Anna Faris. Obviously, again, different storylines, but it had the same kind of vibe. I knew from the beginning of this book who she was going to end up with, but that didn't take away the enjoyment and the entertainment of this book. I'm sure that if you read it, you're going to know exactly who she's going to be with because it is that obvious. And if you've read enough rom-coms, enough romance books, seen enough movies, you're definitely going to catch on straight away, but it's totally worth a read. Next is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I'm sure you guys know all about this book. It was so popular the year that it came out. I've had it on my shelves for so long. I wanted to wait for the right time. Here in Australia, it is summer. So December, January, February is our summer period. And I knew it would be perfect for summer. This revolves around Nora Stevens, a literary agent, and Charlie, also a literary agent. At the beginning, they're discussing a client's book. She is absolutely obsessed with the book and he does not like it. And it is set in a town called Sunshine Falls. Fast forward a little bit, she decides to go to Sunshine Falls because her sister is obsessed with the book being converted into a movie and she loves the movie. So they go to Sunshine Falls to kind of check it out. And while she's there, she runs into Charlie. There's a lot of run-ins. They kind of have this kind of banter going on, which I really like. And obviously, you know, hate to love, and it's so cute. And I understand the hype around this book. Next, I have Life's a Beach by Portia McIntosh. This one was just a big surprise for me because I haven't really seen anybody talk about it that I follow on BookTube. And I kind of just got it because it was an audiobook that I got for free. So if you've seen the movie The Wedding Date, this one has that same kind of vibe. I keep comparing books to movies, but here we are. This is my channel. I am a book nerd and a cinephile. We're going to get that a lot on this channel. Basically, Peach's job is to go to places anonymously and write reviews. So she is like one of those, what are they called? Mystery shoppers. So she's like a mystery shopper. And she bumps into this guy when she's at this resort, and they kind of hit it off, and their flight is delayed or they've missed it. I can't remember which one, but they hit it off, and then they go and have like dinner and drinks, and one thing leads to another, and he kind of disappears in the morning and she doesn't know why. The next day, she flies to see her sister because she's getting married, and then she bumps into the guy that she had just, you know, slept with. Things get so awkward because he's like friends with her sister's fiance. I listened to the audiobook. I highly recommend. And if you're looking for a cool, cute, funny beach read, I definitely think Life's a Beach is perfect, and I hope more people read it because I really enjoyed it. And I'm definitely going to check out more books by this author. So I have 2 more books to talk about. They're both 5 stars. I'm going to mention the nonfiction at the end. My only 5-star fiction book of the month was Drowning by TJ Newman. I absolutely loved Falling, which was the first book by this author. This author has a really cool backstory. So this author was a flight attendant and wrote her first book, Falling, on a plane during her time working as a flight attendant. And it's so good. It's so action-packed. Again, I'm going to compare it to a movie if that's easier for you guys. If you like movies like Air Force One and Executive Decision, I think that you will love Falling. But anyways, Drowning, 5 stars. I gave Falling 5 stars and I gave Drowning 5 stars. This actually may be my favorite of the 2, which is a big deal to say because I loved Falling. So now I'm rambling, but let me tell you what it's about. This feels like a 90s action movie, just like the first one. It's about a plane that plunges into the sea and a crew has to go down there and rescue them. That's just the simple plot for you guys, but there's so much that happens. Actually, I think I would compare it mostly to Daylight, the one with Sylvester Stallone. It was so good, so action-packed. If you want something that's fast-paced, edge of your seat, that's going to get your heart pumping, that you're going to fly through, give this one a go. And if you haven't read Falling, also read that because it's awesome. They're also being made into movies, so that's exciting. And the final book I want to talk to you guys about is my only nonfiction this month, and it is More Than a Carpenter by Josh McDowell. So I am a Christian, and this is a Christian book. I've had it on my shelf for so long. It is the tiniest book. I think it's like 100 and something pages, and it's like this big. If you are looking for answers to questions about Christianity and about Jesus specifically, this book has such good answers, easy to digest. I feel like it's one of the books I would give to someone that doesn't know anything about Christianity and is interested in Christianity and interested to know things about Jesus. It's just so good. I really enjoyed it. It's definitely one of my favorites now. Physical books I have is Drowning, Book Lovers, and More Than a Carpenter. They're on my shelves though, so I just thought I would talk them through and not grab them because they're up the top somewhere. I do have the book Emma as well, but I've got it in a pile to give away or swap with, so I just don't have them to hold up. But those are all the books that I read in the month of December. Let me know what you guys read, what your favorite book of December was. Leave it down in the comments below. The next video I'm going to film, it will be my favorite books of the year of 2023. I can't believe we're already in 2024. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.